Hey, good morning, everybody. We are going to call the meeting of the Human Services Committee to order. Please call the roll.
Chair Swarzy,
Here.
Member Childress,
Here.
Member Garcia, here. Member Desart, here. Member Galassi, here. Member LaPlante, here.
Hey, thank you very much. Do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. With regards to my comments, first of all, I'd like to welcome our guest board members here today, members Member Gus and Member Chang. Thank you for being here. I also wanted to mention that Vice Chair Garcia, Executive Director Keating, and myself visited the Northern Illinois Food Bank this past week to continue our discussion on the needs of the county with regards to food, and in relation to that $5 million that we earmarked for food security, which there's approximately $2.2 million left. So we met with the four large food pantries. We met with the Northern Illinois Food Bank. We'll continue a meeting with maybe a sample size of some of the smaller food pantries later this year. So more information coming on that. So
yeah, please. Sorry, thank you. Just curious, like what is their current situation? Is it improved since COVID's kind of dissipated a bit, or is
no, everybody,
or is the inflation making it worse?
Yes,
okay.
yes. Everybody, I mean,
I think it's inflation and the SNAP benefits being
reduced. Yeah, everybody so far still needs food. Okay. So the pantries, the food bank still needs food, and that's the first thing they say as soon as we arrive. So, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Do any of our members have any comments they'd like to make at this point? Okay, seeing none, I will take a motion to approve item 23-14-14, the Human Services Committee regular meeting minutes of Tuesday, March 21st, 2023.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. On to item under community services. I need a motion to approve item HSR 4323, authorization to apply for, please remind me what FFY means.
Federal fiscal year.
Federal fiscal year 2022 and federal fiscal year 2023, section 5310 grant funds from the Regional Transportation Authority.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I need a motion to approve item FIR 104-23, acceptance of an extension of time for the DuPage Care Center Foundation Music Therapy Grant fiscal year 22.
Oh, second.
And this goes through November 30th, 2024. We have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I'll take a motion to approve FIR 105-23, acceptance of an extension of time for the DuPage Care Center Foundation Recreation Therapy Grant fiscal year 22, which runs through November 30th, 2024.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve item FIR 106-23, acceptance and appropriation of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Recreation Therapy Grant fiscal year 23, the amount of $21,173.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And I'll take a motion to approve FIR 107-23, acceptance and appropriation of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Coordinator Grant, plan year 23, in the amount of $28,474.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I will take a motion to approve item HSP 5323, a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Bright Star Care of Central DuPage to provide supplemental staffing for the DuPage Care Center for the period April 13th, 2023 through April 12th, 2024 for the total contract amount not to exceed $450,000 per renewal under proposal number 21006 CARE. And this is the second of 3 one-year optional renewals.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, a second. Questions or comments? Yes, Member Desart.
Thank you. I'm just wondering, Bright Star, the next one is Maxima, the next one is Nova Staff. Remind me, are we using all of these agencies because it's difficult to find enough staffing at any one of these individual agencies?
And I know Janelle's online.
I am on, and that's correct. In fact, hi. In fact, you remember the last meeting where we decreased and closed? It varies as to which of our three are able to get us staff based on their other agreements with other facilities, I would only presume. So, right. So that's why we have multiple, because not all, I mean, oftentimes it takes all three to get us the staff we need.
Gotcha. Yeah, thank you. And Janelle, since we're on this conversation, what are we doing for outreach to hire people so we don't have to supplement staff through these agencies?
Right. So, you know,
Year
with
ago.
your approval of the CNA tenure program and now paying our CNAs that up to $650 for experience, we are seeing some hiring. We are seeing, we just hired a CNA and a nurse this last week. So it's improving, but not quickly. We have
And
a lot.
how can we help you?
You know, the CNA tenure is a very competitive rate. I think it's just a matter of getting that out there. There are other facilities that are participating in that program as well. But most don't have the percentage of Medicaid that we do. So it's a little harder for them to participate. So we're really working with word of mouth is our biggest opportunity. And then also letting walk-in interviews. So we stop and do a walk-in interview right away. So that's been effective too.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I'll need a motion to approve item HSP 5423, a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Maxim Healthcare Services, Inc. to provide supplemental nursing staff for the DuPage Care Center for the period of April 13th, 2023 through April 12th, 2024.
Second.
For a total contract amount not to exceed $120,000 per renewal under proposal number 21-006 Care, the second of 3 one-year optional renewals. And we have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I make a comment just overall too?
Yes, please.
So whenever we're in outbreak, it's harder for us to get staff. Staff don't want to come and work in COVID positive environments, or they do, but they just need more enticement and they know they can. So a lot of this expense is been related to crisis staffing. And then a portion of that is being carried over into ARPA funds as well. So but when you add these three contracts together, again, these are contracts, so it comes to about $1.5 million. When right now we're on a run rate to do about $1 million if we stay at our current run rate. So the contracts are higher than, fortunately, they've been higher than what our expense has been. But part of that is because those expenses get moved over to ARPA as well. But contractually, we've run about $1.5 million, $1.7 million, $1.7 million going back to 2020, $1.7 million. So this is actually a little lower this year, but our census is lower, so you would expect less.
Thank you very much, Janelle. Did we vote on that yet?
You did, I'm sorry.
We did all vote. Okay, all right. So I'm on to item 7G. I need a motion to approve item HSP 5523. A recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Nova Staff Healthcare Services, Inc. to provide supplemental nursing staff for the DuPage Care Center for the period of April 13th of 23 through April 12th of 24 for a total contract amount not to exceed $950,000 per renewal under proposal number 21-006 Care, the second of 3 one-year optional renewals. We have a motion in the second. Questions or comments? Yes, Member Gus.
Question, it was mentioned that the occupancy numbers are lower. Do we know how much lower they are? And then also if staff worked with, and maybe it's appropriate or not, with the DuPage network, which helps people find jobs. And so just those two questions.
So our occupancy pre-COVID was about 315-ish. And we went over probably at least a year, 12 months with the inability to take new admissions because of outbreak status. And so that caused a significant drop. So right now we're running around 225. We were as low as probably 215. And as we're starting to see a pickup again. However, last night we had two positive resident COVIDs last night. So we go right back into outbreak.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? My member to start.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I appreciate that Janelle came on and told us about why these things qualified as partial ARPA items, because I was wondering about that. I thought these were just like cost of doing business staffing, but you explained the partial ARPA significance, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and your comment prior meetings about price gouging, I mean, we would hope that something further happens with that as well.
Thank you.
But we worked really closely with procurement on a couple of these contracts and we renegotiated. We went back to the vendor and said, we want to look at this a little harder. And so we were able to gain some ground there as well.
Very much. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve item HSR 4423, a recommendation for the approval of a contract to Yami Vending Inc. for managing beverage and snack vending machines at various locations on the DuPage County campus for the period of April 5th of 23 through March 31st of 24 for bid number 2012 CARE, second and final of a two one-year optional renewals. We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Yes, Member Childers.
Just one question. On these vending machines, are there healthy choices in those vending machines too?
Did you hear that question, Janelle? I don't know if you're the person to ask on that.
You know what? I believe there are, but I'll have to get further clarification for you on that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I'll take a motion to approve item 23-1389, a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Medline Industries, Inc. to furnish and deliver S400 portable disinfection devices for the DuPage Care Center for the period of April 5th of 23 through November 30th of 23 for a total contract amount not to exceed $19,975 pursuant to the Intergovernmental Cooperation Act. And motion a second. Questions or comments? I'll take a roll call on this, please.
Member Childress,
Yes.
Member Garcia,
Aye.
Member Desart,
Aye.
Member Glassy,
Aye.
Member LaPlante,
Aye.
Chair Swarzy.
Aye. Thank you very much. I'll take a motion on item 23-1390, a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Red Sail Technologies LLC for software and software maintenance for the data system in the pharmacy department for the period of May 1st, 23 through April 30th, 24, or a total contract not to exceed $17,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Member Garcia,
Aye.
Member Desart,
Aye.
Member Glassy,
Aye.
Member LaPlante,
Aye.
Member Childress,
Yes.
Chair Swarzy.
Aye. I'll take a motion on item 23-1391, a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Seqirus USA Inc. for flu vaccinations for the DuPage Care Center residents for the period of April 5th, 23
So
through
moved.
April 4th, 24 for the total contract amount not to exceed $17,390.48. We have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? Yes.
It just seems kind of late in the season. So is this for the fall of 2023? Is that what this is for?
Yes, believe it or not, we have to order this far in advance.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Good question. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Member roll call.
Oh, roll call, please. Thank you.
Okay, Member Childress,
Yes.
Member Garcia,
Aye.
Member Desart,
Aye.
Member Glassy,
Aye.
Member LaPlante,
Aye.
Chair Swarzy.
Aye. Thank you very much. On to budget transfers. Take a motion to approve item 23-1392, a budget transfer to cover budget shortages in overtime, benefit payments, IT equipment, small value, supplies, dues and memberships, and printing costs for the LIHEAP grant AU 1420 in the amount of $37,500.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And on to travel, I'll take a motion to approve item 23-1393, a travel request for database and report specialist to attend the Well Sky Services Homeless Management Information Systems Training to support HMIS and Continuum of Care staff to further address reporting and data needs. Travel to
So
convene June 11th,
Second. 23
through June 15th, 23 in Overland Park, Kansas. Expenses to include registration, transportation, lodging, and per diems for approximate total of $2,817.50. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve item 23-1394, senior services manager to attend the mandatory regional Ombudsman Quarterly Meeting and Long-Term Care Advisory Group Meeting in Springfield, Illinois, from April 18th, 23 through April 20th, 23. Expenses to include lodging, miscellaneous expenses,
So moved.
and per diems for the approximate total amount of $560. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve item 23-1407, a community services administrator to attend the United Way 211 meeting to discuss future state funding for 211 and potential marketing for 211 in DuPage County.
Second.
Meetings will be held in Springfield, Illinois from April 27th, 23 through April 28th, 23. Expenses to include lodging, miscellaneous expenses, and per diems for the approximate total amount of $460.50. We have a motion, a second. Questions or comments? Yes.
I just had a comment for all the public watching right now, the 3 people, the 1 person watching, that all of these are grant funded. All these travel expenses are grant funded, which I think is helpful that we cover them that way.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. On to consent items. I'll take a motion to approve item 23-1395, an amendment to contract purchase order 63280001 serve issued to Spot On Enterprises for the period of March 1st, 23 through February 28th, 26 for changes made to the original contract agreement reviewed and approved by State's Attorney's Office.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I will take a motion to combine items 10B, 10C, 10D, 10E, 10F, 10G, 10H,
So moved.
10I, 10J, 10K, and 10L. We have, do I have to read all those or
Second.
not for this? Okay, we have a motion and a second to combine. Questions or comments to combine? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
No, I want you all to do it.
I retract my welcome to our meeting. Okay, so we have combined all those, so now I'll take a motion to approve item 23-1396. This is to decrease and close contract 5093-0001 issued to Accounting Principles, Inc. doing business as Agilon in the amount of $139,999. Item 23-1397 to decrease and close contract 55690001 issued to Airgas USA in the amount of $11,606.94. Item 23-1398 to decrease and close contract 44100001 issued to Clairvoyant Inc. in the amount of $109,119. Item 23-1399 to decrease and close contract 56500001 issued to Home Depot Pro in the amount of $97,513.67. Item 23-1400 to decrease and close contract 54360001 issued to LifeScan Labs in the amount of $15,489.84. Item 23-1401 to decrease and close contract 52580001 issued to McKesson Medical Surgical Government Solutions LLC in the amount of $94,268.80. Item 23-1402 to decrease and close contract 566400001 issued to Music Speaks in the amount of $19,835.76. Item 23-1403 to decrease and close contract 526300001 issued to Northwest Medicine Regional Medical Group in the amount of $13,144.45. Item 23-1404 to decrease and close contract 558600001 issued to Cimbria Rehab Inc. in the amount of $332,185.61. Item 23-1405 to decrease and close contract 525700001 issued to Cisco Chicago Inc. in the amount of $206,184.07. And item 23-1406 to decrease and close contract 50110001 issued to Valdez LLC in the amount of $40,138.53. All of these contracts have expired.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Great, thank you. On to residency waivers. We do have one, Janelle.
Yes, so there are currently 11 male, 20 female beds available at the care center. 2 beds have already been offered to DuPage County residents. This particular applicant has lived in DuPage County previously from 1946 to 2009. He has a brother that currently lives in DuPage County and has for the last 77 years. His mother was a resident of the care center. The applicant can no longer live in his senior living apartment, and he would like to move back to DuPage County to be close to his only living brother and know the kind of care he will receive at the care center since his mother lived here.
Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor of approving this, please say aye.
Aye. You did motion.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
make a
sorry. Yes,
motion.
thank you, thank you,
To
thank you.
approve this
I'll
person.
second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Member
I do
Gus?
have one question. Janelle, is there a policy in place for individuals, like what criteria they have to meet to be able to be?
Yes.
And if they're, oh, okay, so this person meets that criteria. that we
Well,
have-
actually, I mean, yes, the policy is for them to have a connection to the county. And so that's why we highlight all those different areas that they're connected to the county. And so then it's up to the Health and Human Services Board to make the decision on admission or not.
And this person has, I mean, you can look at the criteria here and there's a
Correct.
long time connection.
There's a lot of connections, yes, in
And
this
so
particular
is it
case.
subjective or is it not subjective, you guys?
I would say it's a little subjective, but more often than not, now, if we were sitting there and our beds were really tight and we had 4 people that were admitting and 1 had not a lot of connections to the county, but 3 did, we would take those that did just based on bed availability.
All right,
Does
great.
that help?
Well, yeah, and I'm just thinking of the flip side, when all of our beds are occupied, will
Correct.
somebody come and say, hey, you did this for this person, why aren't you doing it for me? That's
Right. And I could provide a copy of that policy if I think we have previously, but maybe not recently. So I can certainly provide that to the board so they understand the process that we follow.
perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Janelle. Now, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. And we will leave it with you, Janelle, DuPage Care Center update.
It's been an eventful morning. We have one north and 3 north currently on quarantine. We have 2 positive COVID cases that occurred last evening and 2 roommates that are on transmission-based precautions down now. So we've had to implement the COVID unit. We went, gosh, a couple months without cases. And so now we've had a case in the last couple of weeks, and now this will be again a couple more cases. So the trickle in I think is good because there's less ill residents, but it's really difficult because we keep going into outbreak. Then we have to go 14 days and, so many days. It just impacts our ability to admit. I mean, we were doing quite a few admissions there for a bit, and now we have to kind of pause because most of our 1 East short-term rehab area has been mostly full. And so then we really struggle when we have COVID. How do we move those people around to create COVID beds? We try to keep so many open, but our census down on that unit's been pretty full. So, which is a good thing, but a challenge for us to figure out where to place people. So we'd like it to just go away once and for all, if we could, please.
We have a question from Member Galassi.
Yes.
Just curious, what is your testing policy now? Is it only with symptoms or are you testing periodically or how is that? What is
It's a lot of, it goes into, and I'm having a brain day today trying to think of the word, contact tracing. So yes, symptoms, if staff come in and they have symptoms, we are testing. And then also residents with symptoms, we test more than the requirement because what we find is they were like these 2 individuals, they were negative in the morning and in the night they were positive. So if we had waited another day, who could have been exposed in that scenario, especially if the unit's not on quarantine and they're all dining together and doing activities together and socializing together. So our director of nursing, Annabelle, we've always taken a very conservative approach. And so she knows that that testing needs to occur if there's been a potential risk. So she does it more frequently than the requirement. And it's been very successful for us to do that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Janelle, did you have anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. On to Mary Keating.
Good morning. Just real quickly, a reminder that the full Community Development Commission meets today at 11 o'clock. It's the annual meeting, so all board members are members of the Community Development Commission, as well as representative from every municipality. And so the primary role of the full commission is to elect the executive committee. The executive committee is really the group that carries on the work of community development for the remainder of the year. So it's at 11 o'clock in 3500B. Quorum is quite important, so I hope that you'll have an opportunity to come. Meeting won't be terribly long. I think Keith Briggs is going to be doing a security presentation next week, along with some tours of some of the changes that have happened in the building. But one of the really exciting changes is our new reception area and our new intake rooms. It's phase one of the remodel of our whole intake area in community services. It looks really nice. Staff are using the new intake rooms, which provide really nice separation between staff and clients. A tremendous measure of privacy that we did not have before, where our old, kind of intake rooms were basically cubicle walls that went about this high. So the sound was, you could often hear what was going on in the rooms, and that's not terribly dignified for clients. So we're really excited about the security and the privacy that the new intake rooms bring. So I think there'll be kind of tours next week. But, like I said, the new reception area looks great. See it right when you walk up the elevator. So, and that was primarily ARPA funded because it provides, again, that kind of separation between staff. So that's all I have this morning.
Questions for Mary? Appreciate it. On to old business. Seeing none, on to new business. Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.